Happy Friday, you guys. Welcome to Jason Unleashed. How's it going? I'm your host, Jason Carter. Thank you so much for watching. And today concludes my Women in Media Week with one of the most incredible women on television. She is an Emmy Award-winning host, journalist, producer, and just all-around phenomenal woman. I'm talking about Rocsi Diaz. She's going to be on the show today. I am so honored to have this woman talking with us today because she has been a part of my television tapestry for as long as I can remember. And it's just so cool that she is now coming into the chat room for us to get her on the show. So let's get her in. Rocsi, 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 Rocsi. I'm over the moon, you guys. Over the moon, over the moon. Just waiting for her to connect.
Hi.
Hey, Rocsi Diaz.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I was putting lotion on my leg. Sorry.
Oh, you're all
You caught me right when.
you're all sun-kissed and beautiful.
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, finally we got good weather here in LA and I'm able to enjoy my backyard. And I'm a sun baby. I love to be like negra negra in the summertime. You know, I want to be in the sun and just like all day. And that's just me. And plus it's my backyard, so I could, make sure those tan lines are really even.
I know. I was on your Instagram, Rox, and I was like, where is she quarantining at? Like Acapulco? Like, what's going on? But it's incredible.
No, I have because I love the outdoors. I love being outside, especially in the summertime in the sun. When I did purchase a house, I had to make sure that I had like a phenomenal backyard. So the house is great, but the backyard is really what I love, and the pool and, just all of that. So it's a lot of fun.
I love it, Roxy. As I was saying in the intro when I opened the show, you have been a part of my television tapestry. You're a freaking institution, okay? Like, I mean, when it comes to hip hop culture and you think of personalities and people who have inspired and have shaped, people in our industries way of thinking about their career, we think of Rocsi Diaz. And also, we share a lot of things in common because we're both Hondureña from Honduras.
Yeah.
From New Orleans.
Where is your family from in Honduras?
The island of Guanaja. So.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then my mom and dad went to Warren Easton, Canal Street. So it was just, growing up, I know, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
But growing up watching you, me and my twin brother were always repping for you because, you're the homegirl done good. But let's talk about your career. It's been incredible. So starting out in radio, which is awesome because a lot of people start out in radio before transitioning to television. Let's talk about that. Dallas to Chicago to Boston.
Yeah. Well, my radio career I was really blessed and fortunate. I actually hung out with a lot of radio personalities in New Orleans, like Wild Wayne and
Wayne.
Yeah. I listen to Wild Wayne, like he's still on radio, which is hilarious to me because I was listening to him in junior high. So I'm like, gosh, like, dude, you're not on the old station yet? Like, what's going on? But anyway, he's a great talent. And my best friend, I'm sorry, I'm outside in the background. So,
all good.
You'll hear the choppers and you'll hear the cars. And then I interned from my best friend, Juggy. And if you're from New Orleans, you know who Juggy is. He really needs no introduction, but he was on radio also. And there was a show called Fat and all of that. Mm-hmm. And I interned for him, and I used to like label tapes and just get him ready for interviewing because he was the one interviewing the artist. And that's really where I got like the taste of entertainment. And even working at Mr. Goldman's jewelry store, and all the rappers used to come and like buy jewelry. So like I used to sell chains and jewelry to like Lil Wayne and Young Turk and BG and all of them before I was even considering a career. And they knew me. I always tell the story of how Soldier Slim used to come and buy jewelry from us all the time. And I was young. Well, I was like 19, 20, selling jewelry to him on Canal Street. And at night, Canal Street can get really crazy.
Right, yeah.
And he used to come with his boys, and they used to walk me to my car and make sure that I got like to my car okay, because I was leaving the jewelry store. And that's the kind of love that people had in New Orleans, and we all looked out for each other. So I miss him dearly. But that was my crew, and they got me the taste of like entertainment and what it was. So when I got to Dallas and I started working for the street team, I was like, oh, I already kind of know what this deal is, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what happened. And I only went to the radio station because they were doing donations after Hurricane Andrew, for New Orleans and Florida. And I just went to donate stuff. And I was like, oh, this looks like a cool place to work at. I want to try. And that's what I did.
Same with me. When I got into radio, I just happened to be there delivering something and talking to somebody. And all of a sudden, the program director's like, "Do you want to be on the radio?" It's just it's interesting how those things fall into your lap, but also it's part of obviously your destiny and your journey, because from there, I mean, the 2000s, from the late 90s to the 2000s, that was the heyday of awesome music videos, video countdown shows, and just really, to me, honestly, when hip hop, neo soul, and music was at its finest, you beat out 5,000 people for the Fresh Faces contest on BET. And I remember that because I too wanted to be a VJ, but you know, I was like, oh, insecure, scared. But arriving at Black entertainment television on a show like 106 in Park, that in itself is an institution, AJ, Free, changing the game of how people of color look at music videos. What was that experience like for you, Roxy? Because I can imagine the pressure, honestly,
Yeah,
but also
there's a lot of
the
pressure.
joy.
Yeah. Well, I like to be very clear. I never thought I was gonna get hired ever. I was like, Julissa and Tigger were on before me, and they're phenomenal hosts as well. And I was like, they just had a Spanish girl on BET. They're not gonna hire another Spanish girl, you know, like that's not what it's about. So when I got the call from Stephen Hill, I was like, what? But Stephen Hill was a fan of radio personalities. He was a fan of people that knew timing, liners, teasers, counting in and out. His parents had a background in college radio also. So that's what got us the position. You know, our foundation was already there. And thankfully, I always accredit Free, always. Because she really, like, when I got there, it was a whole bunch of male producers, executive producers, and it was like, you really don't know that position until you're in it. And the only people that really could tell you about what to expect are the females that were in your position. So Julissa was always, we're still close to this day, you know, a sweetheart, and would always talk. And she was still working at BET at the time when I was there. But Free, I would call her. It's a lot of load. It's heavy. People expect this. People want, you know, people are saying this. They're talking bad, and she was always there to listen to me. And to this day, to this day, Free and I are always talking because, you know, it was a large part of our lives. So, but it was a fun part too, because I had all the radio background. So most of the people that came to the show, I already knew. Like, if it wasn't for Ludacris telling me to go do the audition, I would have never done it. True. Yeah. He always says he's owed 10% of my career. I'm like, whatever, you know. But yeah.
You make a point about touching on support and women in media, because that's why I wanted to do this whole week about women in media, because you guys are so strong and you guys are a sisterhood and you band together. And you know, you were Free, Julissa, AJ, all you guys were such role models for that generation. I mean, my best friend named her daughter after you, Roxy, in 2008.
What?
That's how, yeah, girl, that's how deep it goes when it comes to how you influenced people, you know, and that's important. I mean, like I said, that you and not to like the blow something ever asked, because I'm sure you know this, but you guys are an immovable part of hip hop history for real. And so thank you for those moments, because that it still feels good to look back and go through the YouTube videos and watch the old telecast of 106 in Park.
It's fun.
And just relive that splendor. But you're multi-layered. We look at Rocsi Diaz and we see these multi-layers, because you've been able to move successfully in a lot of different genres of media, a lot of different platforms, going from 106 in Park to Entertainment Tonight, the most heralded brand in all of entertainment. We're ET family, so it's like going from that, where it's more urban, free-flowing, chill, oh, what's up, to a more buttoned-up situation, making that transition. How did Rocsi Diaz maneuver and make moves in that capacity?
Well, first I want to shout out DJ Live, who's in here, who was one of the DJs that used to be on 106 in Park with us. So shout out to DJ Live. I love Live. Shout out to him. The transition, you know, I credit radio. In radio, you need to learn how to adapt to your environments. And when you're in Boston, I always say, when you're in Boston, you're not going to talk like you're from Boston and Dallas. You're not going to talk like you're from New York and LA. It's not selling yourself out. It's adapting to your environments and catering to that audience. You know, that's what we do. So with Entertainment Tonight, let me see if that's better. With Entertainment Tonight, it was just adapting to a different type of environment, a certain level of professionalism that was required, but still have fun. My executive producer at the time, Linda Bell Blue, who is the godmother of entertainment journalism, she's the best. You know, I couldn't have imagined working for anybody else as a talent than her, and learning what it was to transition from a different platform like video countdown show to real news entertainment journalism. And I got a crash course really fast, but it was fun, and you have to be open to criticism and suggestions, and things are not going to be the way that you see them, but it's because it's for the betterment of a larger picture. It's not about just you. It's about, this larger thing at hand. And that's what you have to keep in mind when you're doing that.
I agree with you, Roxy, that it's a master's class. It's a crash course master's class in broadcast journalism on a whole different scale. But you have been able to cultivate this Rocsi Diaz path. Doing that. What are some of the non-negotiables that you, over the years, have come to lay down and say, listen, this has to go this way. This is what's not going to happen in order for Rocsi Diaz to even look at a project, in order for you to step foot into something. How have you been able to amass that ethic and those rules and that Rocsi Diaz writer?
Well, I look at the quality of a production first and foremost. I look at the quality and make sure I try to keep my level of ratchet to a low minimum. There's just some things that I feel like I've outgrown and probably wouldn't go back to. And but I don't have I don't like to say there's absolutely not, I won't do this. Let's work it out. Let's see what agreements can we come to. And I think that's very important, because when you put your foot down and you say no to something, without giving it a little try, and it's not always about the money. It's really about the opportunity most of the times. So there aren't really a lot of hard no's in my repertoire. I want to like the people that I'm working with. That's most important. And I want it to be a certain level of professionalism as well. But I'm keen to do a startup new project, as well as I'm keen to be part of something that's already a legacy as well. I think you got to stay open-minded, especially in this day and age where the jobs are so few. The paying jobs are so few. So it's
100%.
You can't be that picky. It's better to be out there and seen than disappeared.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you've proven that with things with Cricket Wireless and Chatter and all the things you've been a part of. You've been able to really diversify and stay. I mean, Roxy, you've been on TV, girl, for a minute, and yet, that's awesome though. I mean, my lip balm. Sorry. What is so awesome about that though is that you've been able to reinvent yourself every single project you've done. I mean, watching you on Daily Pop, where you had to shut down Shaq. I know, girl. But just being able to maneuver, as I said, and still come out on top has been such a joy to watch. You revealed something in 2013 on ET, and I think that really resonated with a lot of people, and that was your own struggle with anorexia. Mm-hmm. What is that process like for you when you decide to reveal something so personal? Do you go back and forth for a long time, or is it just a more visceral, more organic happenstance for you?
I spoke out about that actually on 106 in Park first. It just got more light when I did it on Entertainment Tonight. So I think timing, and your story is your story when you want to share it. It's not when it's right for the cameras to share. There's times where I could have spoke upon different things that were trending in the topics, and I could have revealed a lot, and it's just not who I am. But when it comes to something as body image, which I'm strong, outspoken about, because I dealt with it a lot as a young girl, and even in this entertainment business, it's something that's near and dear to my heart. So it's just the timing was right, you know. And at ET at that time, we were doing a story with a young girl who was battling an eating disorder, and I went and visited the facility. So it's kind of like the moment you're in your confessional, you're in the church, and it's like, oh my gosh, all of a sudden I feel like I need to confess. So her and I were able to relate on that, but it's timing. It's timing. You don't do it because you know everybody is all of a sudden coming out and screaming, "Oh, this happened to me." You do it because the timing of it is right, and you want to share your story.
Absolutely. You emanate and you radiate such confidence. And, you know, we see, of course, social media always shows sides, and paparazzi images always show the glamorous sides of a celebrity or of a personality. For you, Roxy, because you are so confident and you are so successful, when you're having those days where you're not feeling your best, where you're not feeling like I am this queen, how do you talk yourself up? What is the mantra and the things you tell yourself to get out of bed?
There's no mantra. There's a group of girls that I come like, B, I'm having one of those days, you know, and it's your girlfriends, you know. I'm by all means. I think quarantine has opened us up a lot more to be more revealing with ourselves, more appreciative of our natural state. I only have on makeup because I was playing makeup with my makeup artist before this. We're practicing on a live. But going on without makeup, being seen in natural, I now jump on people's live and I'm on the treadmill and I'm sweating with a garbage bag on top of me. And it's like, I think that this time right now has made us appreciate what is actually more important than being glammed. I'll tell you one thing right now, like I don't care about buying shoes. I don't care about buying clothes. I don't care about any of that. I care now about more experiences and experiences with the people that I love. After this quarantine, it's not about what I have. It's about the experiences that I have. And I really can't wait to have experiences with friends and family again. Because there's just more important things to life than the materialism that we've all fell into, honestly.
I would agree with you on that, because that is a conversation a lot of people are having, and you're seeing it with like memes and Instagram posts about people saying, you know, like one thing that really resonated with me, and it was when it says, in the rush to rush back to what's normal, make sure you want to rush back to that.
Yeah.
And I think we've had time to sit with ourselves and be like, okay, what the fuck's going on? Like, why am I feeling a way about this person, or why am I insecure, or why am I stressed out? You know, and it's one of those things that's hard, especially in this business, because you're go, right?
Right.
And you have zero time. You're not saying like you choose to be validated by other people, but when you are a talent, you're always at the mercy of someone's decision. You're always at the mercy of making someone happy, or a producer, and you don't have, and so that becomes a somewhat abusive way of living, because you're getting validation from somebody else instead of validating yourself. Now that we don't have that, and we're
but
like,
that's what social media is. It's validation from others that you don't even know, instead of having that self-validation. And I think that hopefully we get back to that. What I do like about this whole quarantine situation is, honestly, I'm starting to feel like I'm reliving my childhood again. Whereas like I'm sitting down and watching TV with my mom, and we're spending time together. Or like yesterday, I bought a bicycle and I went riding bikes, and I saw kids riding bikes in the streets. Like, I'm like, wow. I didn't even know kids lived in my neighborhood. I was like, this is awesome. Like, you know, it feels like back when I had to be in the house when the street lights came on, you know, like it's just
dead.
It's different. It's different. And I appreciate it because I see more families having fun with each other. Like I can't tell you how many times I've just run the neighborhood or something like that, and I'll see kids that I've never seen before in the front yards with just the old school sprinkler going off, and they're running into the hose and having a ball. I'm like, wow.
I know.
This was my normal, and I really like seeing it.
Same. Roxy, I bought a dog. I rescued a dog from a shelter, right? I've never been a dog person, and now,
oh my gosh,
it's incredible, and it's been the best thing because I've gotten to know my neighbors. I've gotten to meet other dogs in the neighborhood. It's just like all the things again that you wouldn't have had time for. That the universe, God, whoever has said, you know what? Let me pump the brakes on life and recalibrate. So I'm glad that you're having those experiences too. You have something exciting coming up this summer, hopefully post COVID
Yes.
Cannonball with
Yes.
Mike the Miz, WWE champion. That chemistry. How does that work? Because he's crazy. It's on USA
I thought
Network.
that Terrence was as the most hyper host that I'll ever work with in my life, and no, by far, The Miz just not that level of insanity.
I believe it.
Mike the Miz is awesome. He is like, working with him is kind of, it's kind of surreal because I grew up being a wrestling fan. I was a Hulk Hogan,
Macho Man, yeah.
Macho Randy Man Savage,
Yep.
like all of the 1, 2,
Ric
3
Flair.
kids, Ric Flair, of course, all of them. And so with the Miz, it's like, oh, all of these guys, and like I don't even talk about him. I talk about like other wrestlers. I'm like, do you know this person? Do you know this person? And it's fun because Cannonball is a water obstacle competition and people are getting slammed. It's fun. It's summer. It's pool. It's water sports, and it's me and the Miz reaction. And it's just a lot of fun. They're competing for $10,000. We have all athletes of life that are coming to the show, and I can't tell you, USA Network really knocked it out of the park with this one. We're actually going through our edits right now during quarantine and voiceovers and stuff like that, so we get to see some of the show before it comes out in June, and it's hilarious. And I serve the Miz the same energy that he serves me, so we're going like this. It's so much fun.
I love that because, like, again, we've seen you in different arenas, and I was like, okay, Rocsi Diaz on a show like this has got to be a sight to behold. But you and the Miz, it just works. It just works. So this is a 10-episode endeavor in June, USA Network. You and the Miz, and then people are competing for $10,000, and it's just it's like Wipeout to the 10th power, right?
It is exactly that. I didn't want to compare it to that show, but it's very similar. In the sense that it's water competition, but trust me, you haven't seen the obstacles that we make people go through. And just our slide alone, our mega slide, is up to 70 to 80 feet high at some times. And so you're getting shot up in the air, like at the speed of like 40 to 50 miles per hour sometimes, because you're going so fast down the slide. And people are like soaring through the air. It is so much fun to see, to watch. I can't wait. And our reactions are classic. Like, it's classic. It's a lot of fun. I can't wait for everybody to see it. And I look forward to doing many, many more episodes.
And we look forward to having you on many more episodes. That's so dope. You have been, as I said, someone who has been a trailblazer, a pioneer to me, and a whole generation of people. I mean, in the comments below, Rocsi, people are giving you your flowers and celebrating you because many an afternoon people rushed home just to see your chemistry and you and Terrence, and you guys deliver some of the best in hip hop music. For those people wanting to get in this industry, and you did an interview a couple years ago, and you had the best proverb, and it was each one teach one, right?
Yeah.
What would you say to a host or a young woman, a young man that wants to go into this business, and what do they need to have in their artillery to be successful? What's the Rocsi Diaz way of doing things?
First and foremost, I always tell for everybody that wants to get into this business, you have to have thick skin. It's not for somebody everybody's not gonna like you. You're not everybody's cup of tea. Not that doesn't mean something's wrong with you. You're just not their cup of tea. You're not what they're looking for. But somebody is looking for exactly what you bring to the table. Yes. You don't have to, and I'm learning, like I'm inspired by you guys, like young hosts like yourself and journalists. I'm like, what's this social media game I gotta get on? Wait, what? YouTube this, that, Zoom, huh? What? I'm like, my mind is blown over the levels of access that you guys have now, and you got to watch it back, because it's like, if I get put on to being able to do what you could do right now on social media, I'm looking at Eva Longoria doing what I do on social media, what you do. So it's like, you have to keep yourself levels to this. You have to do as much as you can to promote yourself, but promote quality, at the same time. Don't ever feel like you got to give up on your dream, because it will happen. It's not on your time. It's on God's time. There have been times where I don't have a job and I'm like, where's the next check going to come from? How I'm going to pay mortgage and all that. but God always makes a way. He always makes a way. And my mom is a saint. She, like, when I'm like, I don't know what to do anymore, she's like, mija, it's gonna happen. It always does. Don't worry. You know, mom's love is different. It's on another level. And so she's my backbone when I don't have a backbone. So having a great foundation and a circle and people that really, really believe in your dream, you'll be able to go all the way. But don't wait for a big network. Don't wait for an audition. Go live on Instagram. Do a
Boom.
Zoom. Do it yourself. You don't
Absolutely.
have to, you know, you don't have to wait for the networks and they're looking for people that are go-getters at the end of the day. You have to learn how to edit, produce. Ladies, do your own makeup, you know.
Brothers, do your own makeup.
Yeah, and be self-sufficient nowadays to be in this game, because it's like, what else? They're not making shows like they used to anymore. They're
No.
really not.
Gone are the days of getting in front of a prompter and reading it and being cute and not having. You got to have substance on top of substance. And again, edit, produce, promote, and still be professional. Show up on time. Be kind and get along.
Oh my God, show up on time, please. Timing is everything. I hate when I have to do like something like this, and then I was like waiting. I was like, is he gonna be on time? And of course you are. But I've done like. Respect people's time. Like, you never know, like, what else they got going on after 100%. You know, this is like, punctuality is everything.
Well, when you said yes, Roxy, I fell out. I was like, whoa.
I was like, well, to be completely honest, and it's I get requests like this, and one, you're from Honduras, checkpoint. Two, you from New Orleans. I was like, okay, but three, so many of my peers have came on your platform and they gave you your time. It's great to see the level of people that you've been able to sit down with, and I'm like, oh, I'm curious. Let me talk to this young man and see what's going on. So
thank you.
Kudos to you. It's really remarkable to see people still hustling and working and not just sitting on their butts. You know, it's like, it's really cool to see.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Roxy. The sky's the limit for you. For someone like yourself who's done everything, what's next? We know we got Cannonball, but what, and we can't wait, Cannonball, USA Network, get into it.
Yes, June.
But where, I mean, you know, people sometimes have these definitive things that they want. They either children, marriage, a talk show. For Rocsi Diaz, love, the talk show?
Definitely a talk show would be great. I would love to continue working in television, producing more, honestly. I have a vision board, and I want to work amongst Eva Longoria. You know, she's my vision board right now. She's who I'm trying to get in front of, and she's not a far reach for me either. So it's like, but wanting to be able to present the right project to her and having her backing, I think would be awesome. I want to work with more ladies and females in the industry, because I think it is our time, but more Latinos as well. Latinos like us, Latinos that yes, we have this beautiful heritage and background, but we may be a little bit more Americanized than what our parents were. So it's a different generation of Latinos. It's the Spanglish Latino, you know? So it would be cool to shine light and have that circle, because we're a great demographic, and we're one of the largest demographics in the United States. So to be able to cater to that is important to me. It's really important, because I never got a chance to do that. A lot of people don't even know I'm Spanish. They always think I'm mixed Creole because I come out in New Orleans, and I'm like, no. Pura catracha, más que macha.
But and that's what's so interesting about you, that you're like from, like, you know, you went to West Jefferson High School in Harvey. You're from New Orleans, so it's
I'm
dope.
100% from New Orleans. Yeah.
I love that. In 2020, and I always ask my guests, you know, to describe to your viewers and your fans and the audience and people that love you. If someone came up to Rocsi Diaz and asked, Roxy, who are you now as a woman? What would you tell them?
I'm definitely a lot smarter. I'm more confident. And I'm more careful with the people that I spend my time with. Yeah. I appreciate the values that I had 10 years ago, 5 years ago are not the same. And people are able, but that's okay. You grow, you change. I'm definitely not that kid that was on 106 and Park running around anymore. club hopping every weekend and trying to be seen and hosting. That's not who I am. I've evolved into a different type of woman that, like you said, I like cooking and I like home stuff and playing with my dog and maybe one day having a family. Who knows? But it's a different level. It's
Yeah,
definitely different. So I'm grown now.
I love that. Rocsi
Yeah.
Diaz grown. Again, you got Cannonball, USA Network coming this June with The Miz. Awesome stuff. You're writing, producing, doing your thing, which is gonna happen. We're gonna see. We haven't seen the last.
Oh, it's already in the works. It's already. We're just waiting for a green light. So pray for me, but it's already been submitted. Yeah, it's a fun show. I'm just waiting for the green light. We're like, please give me the green light so that I can finally see this dream come true.
We're manifesting that for you. Where can
Thank
people
you.
find you on social media, Rocsi?
Right here. I'm right here. At Rocsi Diaz, right here on Instagram. I love Instagram. I'm an Instagram person. Twitter, every once in a while. I'm Instagram. And on Needle also. Needle is a great new platform for radio personalities, especially inspiring radio personalities. If you don't have the Needle app, you have to get it. Because you could go live and you don't have to be visual. It's just audio. And it's great. And people could chat just like they're doing right now. And I love Needle. I love it.
Got it. Rocsi in quarantine is also giving us amazing workouts. We saw the workouts. The workouts are killing the game. That jump rope, I feel you.
Because I ain't young no more. My metabolism isn't the same. I have to work out. If I don't work out, it's all bad.
Well, just full disclosure, Rocsi, I'm older than you, so I feel you on that.
No
okay,
way.
Girl? Yeah, we're not gonna talk about age, but yes. And the metabolism, I'm like, I had a hot dog, and I'm like, why do I feel not sexy anymore?
Do you eat red meat?
Yeah.
Okay, so I challenge you to try the Beyond Meat hot dogs.
Got it.
They have spicy ones and they have just regular ones.
Okay.
My mom eats them and she's like, okay, these aren't bad. I was like, see, I told you, like, they're not bad. Like, try going plant-based. You're going to see a difference in your body. Try drinking that gallon of water a day. It really does make a difference. And then try staying away from sugar and carbs. But sugar, I love sour candy. I do my Rocsi reviews.
I know.
It's hard, but still, it's like, I'm like, okay, only on Saturdays I give myself sugar.
Okay, so you did the Rocks review on the toxic candies, and I'm a connoisseur of gummy, like sour gummy.
Oh, I love gummies.
And
I put my gummies in the freezer so they're extra chewy, and then
Really?
I get a longer gummy. Yes, it's bad.
Do you eat the Albanese ones? Those are supposed to be the best gummies.
So I've just got put on because I like sour too. So I have tried the Gimbal sour lips. Oh, they're better than Sugar Fino ones that cost $30 for this little box, which I still don't understand the pricing on that. But Gimbal's gummies, Harbo, they're classics.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think I've had the Albanese gummies yet.
They're the best. They allegedly, there are claims, reports are saying that they're made with like real fruit juice. I don't know. I get them at Burlington Coat Factory of all places. TJ Maxx and Burlington Coat Factory have the best gummy selection for some reason.
Okay.
Get into it. But I'm gonna definitely try it. See, I know you're vegetarian. I just can't, Rocsi. Like, I just can't. I'm sorry.
Just try. Look. I cheat and I'm pescatarian really, but when my mom makes matamon or some Spanish dishes, I just gotta have chicken. Like I gotta try it. But still, like I tell everybody, just try to find another alternative that you might like, so that you cut back on red meat a little bit, because it's so hard on our bodies to process it. It really is. I'm not saying give it up. I'm just saying try an alternative. And I'm telling you, these hot dogs are the best things ever. Like.
All right. I'm gonna have to order them on Amazon. They're gonna have to take like 5 weeks to come in because
no, they're at Ralph's. They're at Ralph's.
Oh,
Ralph's
they're pretty good.
Trader Joe's, Ralph's, Whole Foods, they got them. They're good. They're always sold out. That's how good they are. But they're there.
Bet. Every time I even I'm thinking you, Rocsi. It's been an honor and a pleasure to talk to you today.
Nice
And
to
you
meet you
have,
and talk to you too. We
yeah,
definitely are gonna have to link and meet in person after this.
100%, 100%. And again, thank you for your gifts and what you've given hip
Oh,
hop and people in our industry and outside of our industry, be it people of color and non-people of color, because many happy moments, as I said, have been spent watching you, not only on 106 in Park, but on Daily Share, on all the other things you've done
thanks.
that we've been so proud of, because you are the homegirl done good, and that means something.
Thanks.
That means something. So Roxy, all the best. You stay safe. Keep giving us those workouts, and for sure we're gonna get them. Okay.
I'll definitely try. All right, guys. Stay safe.
Bye, boo.
Bye.